Shuttle consoles and FTLing have received pretty major changes. The shuttle console is now split into 3 different tabs. There's navigation, which is really only going to be used for flying. Docking is now handled with the dock tab. Docking and undocking is also really simple. You just click the button. It doesn't really get much easier than that. And docking, also just as simple as before, except instead of just ramming these little squares together in order to dock, you have to click the dock button. So you have to fly a little slower, a little bit more precise in order to dock. You can't just slam at Mach 500 as long as these 2 squares touch. You need to actually be able to hover near them and click the dock button. The map tab is the biggest change. This is how you'll FTL. In order to FTL somewhere, you have to scan for objects. Nukies will see this. You'll be on the infiltrator next to the Nukie outpost. If you want to FTL to the station, it's really simple. You just drop the other sector objects open, and you can click anywhere. It doesn't actually matter. You don't FTL to the button, so don't worry about doing that. You can click and drag and actually move the map to figure out where you want to go. And then when you try to FTL, it will actually tell you where you are allowed to FTL to. So you can try to get as close to the automated trade station as you want, or you could try to get as close to the station as you want, but you can't go outside of this ring. So if it's purple, you can't FTL there. If it's green, you can. So if I want to get as close to the station as possible, I could just FTL right here. And then nothing really has changed from this point. You just wait for the FTL to start. Then you will be traveling through space, and you'll end up exactly where you clicked on the map to FTL to. And if we look relatively on the nav map, I am pretty much exactly where I clicked, closer to the station than the trade station. And if I rescan the map, yeah, we can see I'm basically exactly where I clicked. And then if you really want, you can actually FTL again directly after it's done, and you can FTL on the same map now, which you could not do before. Zombies have individually been made quite a lot tankier. They now take slightly less pierce and blunt damage, they take base level shock damage now, and take 25% less heat damage than they used to. So they're still slow, but they are a lot tankier in certain circumstances, especially to heat. Going to have to hit them with a few more laser shots. Roles that were not previously eligible for tags, such as command members like the captain, security officers, and learner roles like technical assistants, are no longer eligible to be initial infected. So these people are going to be a bit more reliable during the zombie apocalypse, and that means security will probably actually have their guns eligible and ready to stop the zombie apocalypse rather than 3 security officers turning out once in the armory. The gas leak random event has been buffed significantly, and certain places could definitely fill up with a lot of gases. There's still a lot of randomness involved with this, as in, like, gas leaks can appear in places that just really aren't harmful to the station. But, yeah, this one gas leak event has spread water vapor into entire hallway and filled up this entire library as well. So depending on where these gas leaks spawn, could definitely cause problems to the station's atmospherics. The Galoshes change from last week has been reverted. There are no longer Galoshes in the Janny Drobe, and the Galoshes no longer slow you, so just back to how it was again. Both monkeys and kobolds can now wear blood-red hard suits. So that means if like a nuclear operative or a syndicate agent with extra TC buys a monkey reinforcement, you could give them a blood red, and they'll basically just be a syndicate reinforcement with one less hand, not able to speak English, can't wear a backpack, but they can wear blood red. Welding masks can now be made at auto lathe for only 4 pieces of steel and 2 pieces of glass with a normal auto lathe. It prints pretty quickly, and there you go. You get be able to print out masks that give you the ability to weld and fix things without going blind. Bodies of water, like ones found on planets or the ones found at the pool in Fland, are now basically infinite sources of water. You can fill up water from there and drink from it. Drinking from a pool on a ship definitely has its own implications, but something you could do now. And I know somebody's going to be curious about this, but no, tossing a beaker of potassium in the pool doesn't do anything. And the last thing I'll cover for this week is the vegan meatball salvage wreck. It has a flora anomaly on it, a insane amount of mobs. There's some nice potential here for loot with the strange glowing berries. It's also just a very interesting looking salvage in general. I want to thank all of our maintainers and contributors for their hard work and dedication to the game, keeping it up to date. And thank you for watching.